up or anything?
I'm just gonna do a desk.
Good.
Let's do the stick mic. It's a little wind. Okay, let me see how you look first. I mean, you look lovely.
Thank you.
Show you through an angle. There we go. That's better. Okay. So if you could just say your first and last name.
Rick Jowers.
Okay. And you can spell it out.
Huh?
You can spell it out.
R-I-C-K, last name is Jowers.
Awesome. What is your title here, sir?
I'm the chief deputy.
Okay. So can you tell us, first of all, where y'all are at in this investigation?
Right now we have several warrant charges. We have other charges from the city marshal's office on the suspect, and the Callahan County Sheriff's Office along with the Texas Rangers are charging the suspect with capital murder ×2.
And I know this community, and I know this is very disturbing for y'all. What is it like to see your community rocked by this?
It's devastating to us, you know, when you have an infant like this, and any murder, you know, is devastating to our county. It's been a while since we've had a murder in Callahan County, and it's just just breaks our heart, you know.
What do you tell the people of Baird when something, and the entire Callahan County, what do you tell them when something like this happens?
Well, you know, that's a hard thing to tell people, you know. It's hard to grasp, you know, something like this. They weren't from our county, you know, they were from a different county. And
do we know what county?
Taylor County. We're thinking at this time.
And in terms of the process of just going through what the mind of the suspect, what do you think he was thinking?
Well, that's hard to you know, to determine. You know, there was drugs in play, and that may be part of it. You know, that may be what happened. Drugs.
You mentioned you were tired, and understandably so. How rigorous has this process been for y'all?
It's very rigorous. I mean, it's a lot of hours, a lot of investigation on our part and the Texas Rangers, and it takes a lot of time gathering evidence and things like that. You know, so it's a lot of work.
How did you come to the conclusion that Cody Dixon was in fact the suspect?
We've had interviews with Cody, and he's stated that he did do this. He doesn't know why, you know, and so that's where we are on that.
Do we know, you said drugs were involved, but do you know if he was under the influence at the time?
We do not at this time. We did find drugs, and he was acting different than what he is now. So drugs could be in play. We're not for sure.
So he's in the jail right now.
Correct.
And he, if he was in fact under the influence, he could be sobering up right now, getting a clearer mind, correct?
Yes.
What is that? What do you think he's going to say if he is in fact sobering up right now? What do you think he's going to say?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the subject. We don't know what reaction he's going to have when he sobers up. I'm sure it's going to be different than what he was when it happened. You know, so we don't know, you know, what it's going to be like.
Do we expect the identities of the victims to be released soon?
As soon as we do our investigation, they will be released. I mean, I'm sure it's already out. You know, I've seen some things on Facebook already. It doesn't take long. Yeah. You know, so when we're done with our investigation, we will release those names, and like I said, they're probably already out.
Okay, I'm just going to switch the angle up a little bit, just to get a different shot of you. It's okay. Perfect. And for your team, how often are you handling homicide investigations?
Well, I believe this is our sixth one in the last 8 years that we've worked, and they've all come out well. it's like I said, it's something that we don't want to work. We don't want this to happen, and something that we have to do when it does happen.
Absolutely. And you guys are a smaller community. I guess how much more personnel are you having to bring on to cover this case?
We're not bringing a lot. I mean, there's going to be some overtime with our deputies. We have 5 deputies here in Callahan County. We have 980 square miles,
Yeah.
which is about the size of Taylor County.
Yeah.
But you know, it's hard, and when something like this happens, all of our deputies are on deck and ready to go.
The person that discovered the bodies, what did they say when obviously I'm sure that you had to interview them and ask what they saw?
Yes, it was ranchers, and I'm not going to name them, but they seen the body in the road, and they weren't for sure if it was a murder. They thought maybe just somebody. You know, we have a lot of transients that come through and back and forth through Abilene, Taylor County, and Eastland County, and you know, and they just wanted somebody out there to check on this subject.
So they were just driving through.
Yes, they were coming home.
Gotcha.
You know, they have a ranch out there on County Road 324.
Gotcha. So this is late at night, and did that make this investigation that much more difficult because you were having to go through this process at night?
A little bit. It happened around 6:30 when we first got there. We still had a little light. We knew where everything was, and so we had taped everything off and had our crime scene area taped off. So we were good.
What's been the response? I know we've already kind of touched on this, but what's been the response from this community?
People are angry. They're upset that this happened in our county, and I agree with them. You know, it's devastating when something like this happens.
What's the plan going forward in this investigation, and what do you hope to see for Cody?
Well, justice. You know, that's what everybody wants is justice. And, it was a senseless crime, and I'm the same. You know, as a citizen, we want justice.
And do we know if there was anyone else involved?
We do not. We do not believe anyone else was involved.
I want to talk about Cody's arrest. That apparently is making headlines. Can you tell me what that entailed?
Well, that was I wasn't at that scene. I got there later when he was in custody already. Had a city marshal that had taken the suspect in under arrest, placed him under arrest. While talking with that suspect, Cody, he headbutted the city marshal several times, you know, and then ran from them. And a citizen, you know, before he had made the arrest, he had ran from him, and the citizen tackled him and was helping the city marshal.
Is there going to be any kind of recognition of the citizen or anything like that?
That will be up to the city marshal's office, you know, and I think so. I mean, this guy did a great thing, you know. I'm sure he didn't know that what had happened, you know, but I believe he did say that he seen blood on him, and you know, he was kind of curious of what happened. You know.
So he was there not too long after this probably happened, correct?
Right, correct.
Just your own personal thoughts on this investigation, and especially with a baby involved in this.
That's the most disturbing thing when you see something like that at a crime scene. The child, you know, being first responders, we all see ugly things like that. But when you see an infant, it just it really takes something away from you, you know, and you have to think about that, and it's just devastating, you know, for a child to see a child, you know, like that.
How old was this child?
I believe the child was 10 months old. Mm-hmm.
And the mother was quite young as well.
We're thinking about 22 years of age. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, sir?
No, I believe that's it. We just want to wrap the investigation up and be done with this.
Do you have any state or federal authorities working with you?
Just Texas Rangers at this time.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir. Okay, I'll get on the phone and see if there's anything.
All right.
Anything else would like to add? Looks good? Okay. Thank you. Trying to think.
Good to go?
Yes, I have a long shot of a question. We were wondering if